From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Roz. Mocha. Roz. Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. Our DM is where all the weird lives.
All right, here we go with today's DM Deep Dive. Love this part of the show where we go through the DMs that you are sending in to us.
Hello, Maria, what's in the deep dive today?
Hello, Roz. Asha is asking. There's a song. Oh, sorry. There's a song.
Sorry, what?
There's a song.
There is a song called Love is Fire by the Parachute Club, and the guy sounds exactly like Shem.
Oh, I have
Parachute Club?
Never heard of them before. I Googled this song to get
Or
into
the Parachute
Mocha.
Club, and what era are they from?
80s.
They sing Rise Up, Rise Up.
Yeah. Rise up.
That doesn't help.
Rise up. It was they were like a one-hit wonder, I guess, from the 80s.
Okay, so this is Love is Fire, and apparently this guy sounds like Shem. A little bit. Oh, yeah. Like, hold on, let me go back. This part right here.
Yeah.
It sounds like
there.
Shem.
That sounds just like you, Shem.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah.
Even I can hear it.
You should find out. They probably still do like a nostalgia tour. I wonder if that guy's dead or not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you could be the replacement, dude.
Just replace it.
Yes. Why not? They need someone who sounds like him.
Sure.
Right? Right?
Yeah, well, hope he's not dead, but
I don't
yeah,
know that.
sure.
Can you sing that line? What's that line?
What's the line?
Where there's anger.
Oh. Where there's anger.
Oh, my God. That's hard. Okay, one more time?
That's what she said. Ready?
Okay. All right. Where there's anger. Not really, so. Where there's anger.
Start lower. Start in more Shem voice before you go up.
Okay, sure. One more time. Where there's anger.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Again?
Where there's anger.
Yeah.
I guess.
Parachute Club.
Parachute Shem.
Yeah.
Newest member. Oh, no. Oh, no.
No,
New
not
name
another
alert.
nickname. Oh, God.
Parachute Shem. All right, Maria, what else we got today?
All right. Autumn asks, what is worse, getting into a stifling hot car in the summer or a freezing cold car in the winter?
I'm going to say cold car in the winter. I'd rather get into a super hot car. Because I could blast the AC and the AC will kick in a lot quicker than I think the heat would kick in a cold car.
Yeah.
It's going to take the car a lot longer to heat up or to activate the heat for it to get up to a comfortable temperature where the AC will start blasting. It may not be as cold right away, but you still get a little bit of that instant relief.
Also, there's a sort of reward to a hot car. Like when you get into a hot car, it's because it's summer. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's still as awful as it is. The only thing, like, I don't know what kind of.
You don't mind?
Yeah, no. Like, Catherine had leather seats in her car for a while.
Yeah.
Right. And like if you ever went in sort of shorts or, you know, the back of your shirt lifts up a little bit and you press your back against the leather of the seat, like you get scorched.
Yeah, I know.
Right. But I'm gonna say hot car only because it's summer, right? Like the reward.
You're not that mad.
No, and when you're in a cold car and you warm it up, like what do you get? You open the door to leave and you're right back in the cold again. Right?
Yeah.
So what's worse to you is the cold car?
Cold car,
Yeah. How
for
about you, Maria?
sure.
I would typically say cold car, but there's one reason that I will say in the summer, that's the only reason why I would choose the cold over the hot, is that when you're ready to go out and you have your makeup done and then you get in the hot car and then you feel yourself melting.
Good point. Okay, valid.
But usually, like for me, like I still love the hot car, but like in certain situations, like if I'm going out for the night, like I'm like, oh my God, my makeup, I'm gonna look like I'm sweating. You know what I mean?
Got it.
So that's the only downside.
Same thing with wrinkling your clothes.
Yeah.
Damn it, Maury.
Oh, I'm going to say cold car.
Cold car is worse?
Hot car is worse. Cold car is easier to just get used to, and you don't feel as gross.
Yeah, I'm sort of now listening to Maria.
And because your makeup?
And Maury. No, well, one, I had to wear a lot of makeup in hot cars over the years, but also just like the clothes wrinkling. So wild. Right? Just the clothes wrinkling. Like if you get in a cold car and it's the winter and you're wearing like a suit or whatever, you get out of the car, you're okay. Right? You get out of the car in the summer and it's like your shirt is like it's totaled.
Yeah.
Like it's totaled.
Parachute Shem, go ahead.
Well, I have a solution to that. That's why I drive shirtless and have a roll of paper towel in the back of my car.
Fair.
So I am good either way.
One more DM, please, Maria.
All right. Crystal said, I listened to the podcast 1087 and I was wondering what your fitness goals do you have on your vision board? So I think she's referring to the vision board that I made.
Yeah.
Fitness goals, I actually want to transition myself out of weight training as much and go into more like of a Pilates workout.
Nice.
Eating clean, maybe doing like another marathon.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Like
those
on,
are kind of...
Like on the machine Pilates or just on the
both,
mat Pilates?
both. Yeah. I feel like I'm in pain all the time. My body's falling apart.
That machine is tough, man.
It's really tough.
It's really hard.
I did one the other day.
Great workouts, though, are they not?
They're crazy. And then in some places it's like an extra attachment and it looks like a big like board on the end of it. And they have all these different chains and stuff. So you're using like these pulleys to do like bicep curls and all this stuff.
You're using your body weight for it, right?
Yeah, but they have resistance. So it's just it's crazy.
It
really
looks
tough.
like a medieval torture device.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah. Or a sex dungeon.
One or the other.
Device.
I mean,
Yeah, because there's a fine line between the two.
yeah.
Thank you all for your DMs. Keep them coming in. We love talking about them every single day. That was great today, Maria. Thank you.
You got it.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. When you have nothing to say, why do you always say it to us?
Time, once again, for today's DM Deep Dive.
Maria, what do we got in the DMs today?
All right. Jordan is asking, what's a school snack that you saw other kids eat and wished you always had?
Oh,
God, everything.
Okay.
Like when parents would send their kids with like bags of chips, like my parents never did that. Or like a can of Coke, my parents never did that. Lunchables, my parents never did that.
That's the best.
The cheese with the, I mean, it wasn't real
String cheese?
No. But like the cracker and you dip it in the.
Oh, like the Dunkaroos version of cheese. Yeah.
Where it had the two little compartments.
Yeah, or
And
Dunkaroos, like, man.
Love those.
Yeah, no, I never had a fruit roll-up. Ever.
Oh, the bad.
Right?
Those is like a treat.
So imagine this. You mentioned Lunchables, right? I was in junior high the year Lunchables launched.
Oh, okay.
And it was like all the rage. Like imagine somebody just showing up one day, right? Where you went from a culture in school where the most exotic thing a kid would bring is if his parents ordered pizza the night before and then you saw him reach into his bag and he pulled out that triangle tinfoil and you're like, oh, damn, he's got a slice of pizza. That was like the most exotic thing. And then all of a sudden, Lunchables are launched and kids start bringing Lunchables and you're like, what even is that? And I never had a Lunchable, right?
Yeah.
Never had a Lunchable. I never had a pizza pocket.
Oh, no?
No, never. No, I had a pizza pocket. I think I was maybe 30 when I had a pizza pocket for the
I
first
go
time.
through those after school, man.
I have never, still in my life, I've never had a Pop-Tart.
What?
No.
Bro, we gotta have a Pop-Tart party
Okay,
here.
yeah.
I've
I'm
never-
buying Pop-Tarts.
Yes.
I've never.
So many different
I've
flavors. We got
never-
options, guys.
I've never had a Pop-Tart
my
at all. Yeah. So like
God.
all of those things I just never got. I was like you. Like I never got that stuff. Right?
Yeah. What do you need that for?
Question. Damn it, Maury, single dad growing up. Did he make your lunch for you or did you buy your lunch?
No, he made my lunch. It was god awful. I was always jealous of the kids that came to school with money so they could buy.
Thank you.
food.
That's the greatest lunch
snack.
Yeah.
That was
was
the
my
one.
answer,
Yes.
money.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. You can go to the store and get fries and gravy or whatever.
Yeah. Maria?
My parents gave us like all kinds of snacks. They never really shied away, but I always wanted, and it's going to sound so weird, the seaweed snacks and the little lychees that came in like that like plastic container.
Yeah.
We never got those. And like I would always trade with my friends like anything to get like the little lychee things, and you would just like throw them back, and then or the seaweed snacks.
All the Asian kids in my school had
and I
those.
loved those.
What were you trading for seaweed?
I would.
I know. What can you trade for seaweed?
What were you trading for seaweed?
I had like Joe Louis sometimes.
Maria, if you were my kid, I swear to God, I know I've never grounded my kid, but if you were my kid, you would be great. If I found out my kid traded a Joe Louis for seaweed and lychees, I'm sorry. It's over for you.
Them lychees hit hard.
It's over for you. It's over for you.
But like I always had them, so like I wanted something different, and like I just love that like cultural bound food. Like I don't know, and I never had it. So
wow.
Even now, like I'll walk in the grocery store sometimes, and I'll see them there, and I'm like, should I get them?
No.
All right, what else?
That is not a fair trade. You got robbed.
I was the one asking, so realistically. Anyways, Rini says, have you guys heard of the coffee party? What do you guys think of this concept? I'm 32 and a mom of 2, and my late night party days are over, but this actually looks pretty cool.
Isn't it just going for coffee?
No. So this company is started in Toronto, and they've done 3 parties now, but they've blown up completely. And it's on Sundays from like 11 to like 5, and you go, and there's no alcohol, and there's DJs. It's like a club, but it's just coffee and tea. You go and you party.
Was this their way of not buying ad time on the show?
No, they didn't. No, I swear to God.
Smart.
I
Have you
swear
been, Maria?
No, I was supposed to go, but I didn't go. But I might go to the next one, so stay tuned.
No, I'm not interested in that.
Okay. I am. This sounds fun. You don't have to deal with the hangover. You get to go and like have a good time, listen to
With
music.
people?
Yeah, fair. 2 different people right here.
If you see the video, it's loud and you can't move.
Really?
That's a
Everybody's
club.
walking around with hot coffee?
There's lids on them.
Roz is concerned that it's too dangerous.
That sounds very dangerous to me.
No, thank you.
Oh man!
You know when you see ladies dance and they put the drink above the head?
Yeah.
Right?
Every girl.
That's dangerous. You can't do that with hot coffee.
Okay. Next DM.
All right. Speaking of coffee,
Yeah.
Teresa says, do you guys buy coffee a lot during the week? And if so, where do you go?
I get a coffee on my drive into work. Sometimes we buy coffee in here during the show. But for the most part, after the show, when I'm at home, I just make my coffee at home.
You do? Yeah.
Yeah. You?
Yeah. No, I don't drink coffee anymore.
Oh, right.
I had one a couple of weeks ago, which was great. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Yeah. And then, I had one at the tail end of Christmas holidays. I had one as well, which is I saw Starbucks in the grocery store and I just got like a short, whatever you call it. Coffee. Thank you.
There you go.
He's been off
An
coffee so long,
Americano.
he forgot what it's called.
and I because I've never been like huge into coffee culture and stuff like that. Like I did enjoy like a cup of coffee. I feel much better not drinking coffee anymore.
Oh God, I love coffee.
Oh, no, I
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
There was, even though I cut back, there was one day recently, guys. One day I had like probably 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
been
one
there.
day.
Been there.
I needed it that day. Like almost every other hour, I was getting a coffee.
those
I was
days
either
are over.
at a store, like outside, like buying one, or I was making one at home. How about you, Maria?
I try not to buy as much coffee during the week anymore. Like
Yeah.
I'll pack one for work every day.
Yeah.
But I always on Fridays or sometimes Wednesdays, I go to this cafe that's right by here. It's called Cafe Serrano.
Yeah.
And I get a Greek coffee and I go home.
There you go.
Maury's got a whole contraption. Mm-hmm. What is it?
So that's my weekend thing. It's like a cone. And
what?
you grind the beans
Yeah.
and you drip
Oh.
it through the cone. It's like a
That's
custom-made ceramic cone.
Yeah, drip coffee.
Could you ever do that? I couldn't get the cone. You know what I mean?
I wanted Catherine to make it for me. I had to outsource.
There's no way, Catherine, get the cone. You know what I mean? Roxy, like, what?
I gotta go, guys. Text me when you're done.
No, it is what it is in my head. Gross.
Not when I'm here. All right, thanks everyone for all your DMs. That was great today, Maria.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. I regret this already.
All right, look at the time. DM deep dive time.
Hey, Maria, what do we got in the DMs today?
All right. Aiden is asking, Roz said he started driving later in life, but with Roxy getting older, does he want her to get her driver's license sooner than him? or wait till longer? Also, same question goes for Mocha and Cruz when he gets old enough.
We have this conversation. She really wants to get her license. I don't know if she wants to drive, but she wants to get her license. I think 16 is way too young for anyone to be driving, right? I've always thought that. 16, you are like a child at 16. 18 to me makes a little more sense. It's 18 for so many other things across the board. No 16-year-old needs to drive.
So what do you tell Rox?
What business do you have driving at 16?
When she asks or when the topic comes up?
Listen, she can get her license, but she's not going to be driving anywhere. Right? Like, I have no problem, going, like, if we're out at the cottage and, and whatever, like, I'll teach her how to drive. Catherine, same thing. She can get her license, but she's certainly not driving anywhere. She's certainly not, if any of her 16-year-old friends get a car or get a license, she's not going in that car.
Right.
Right? Like, 16-year-olds with 16-year-olds in a car is a recipe for disaster, and she just won't be doing it. Like, it just will not be allowed. But I tell her all the time, I can't wait till she's 18 and has a license so I can get her to go pick stuff up for me. Right?
Well, technically, you don't get it right at 16, though. You get your G1, and you can't actually drive for a certain amount of months until you get your G2.
I'm very familiar with this. I just went through it.
Well, yeah. So she'll be like 17-ish.
Still too young. It's still too young. It's still too young. 16, 16
Hold on.
is
So when you
way
had
too
your
young.
G1, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't drive anywhere alone. Like, Catherine had to be in the passenger seat, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, because you go through that period of where you have to have a licensed driver in the passenger seat with you.
You could buy liquor. You could buy cigarettes.
I could
You could buy a gun.
I had an RRSP. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can't drive anywhere alone.
No. So I don't know. I have real strong feelings about 16-year-olds driving, and even 17-year-olds. Like 18 minimum to be for me, even to be able to get your license. 18
I don't
minimum.
know. I'd have to see what kind of a kid Cruz is at 16. I think he'll be a good kid. I think, like now he races go-karts. So he's like partway there. Like he understands.
He'll be a good driver.
Right? Like he understands all that stuff already. So I think hopefully these lessons that he's learning with go-karting, he'll carry into obviously when he's 16, not racing around the streets, right?
Well, look at the rest of us. We all got our license at 16, 17, and we're all fine drivers besides you.
Maria, I was reckless when I was 16.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. Okay, the reason 16-year-olds should not get their license is because they're heads.
Yeah.
Right? 16-year-olds are heads. You're still you're a living at home, still waiting for your mom to buy you milk. Head, right? You should not be operating a car before the age of 18.
But if we were out of milk, she had to buy it anyway.
Okay, exactly, right?
Next DM, please.
All right, Kathy says, would you choose to have all the money in the world and live until 70 or live till 100 with the money you have now?
Well, I mean, there are ways to turn whatever money you have now into more money when you're 100, but that time between 70 and 100, a lot could happen and you can really deteriorate and slow down. So would that money, would you even be able to use that money for what you think you might use it for now?
Yeah, we've done a version of this in the past where I will always lean to, if you were given all the money in the world, I guess, or the equivalent of, you wouldn't have all the money and everybody else would lose all their money. You would just gain all the money in the world for yourself, an equal amount, right? Yeah. It's not like everybody in the world suddenly has nothing and right? I have all of it. But I would think that if you were, if you had access to trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars as one individual, I think that you owe it to yourself and the world to do a lot of good with it. And I think that for me, I would be forced into a position where I would say, I'm going to take the money and live till 70. But before I go, I'm going to change the world and drastically change the world. I'm going to fix a lot of things, right? I'm going to get rid of a lot of problems. I'm going to make sure that, the people who are being paid for will they lose the ability to be paid for because I will just change the systems from within. I will bring the best people around me and I would just change everything that is broken and make it a permanent change. I don't know how I would do that, but that would be the goal and I would have 20 years to do it.
Me too.
Sure. Is anybody here not taking the money?
Me.
You wouldn't, Maria.
No, because you know what? 70's still young.
It is.
And you know what? If you have kids later in life, I want to be around to like see grandkids and have a family. And I think memories and living your life to the fullest is more important than any money you put in front of me. So that's
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to be rich. But what?
Maria?
What?
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay, sure.
Maury and Shem, money or life?
Life for me.
Life?
I'm
Life to
37.
100?
I'm 37 now, so in 70, that's 33 years from now. It means if I had a kid now, I would only see my kid until their mid-30s. That's like depressing.
No, man, I'm taking the money and I will make sure that whatever I have to do to get my name on the side of like a hospital or something, you know, when it's like
Maury,
the
you have
Maury
all the
Sherman
money
wing.
in the world. You could build a hospital.
No, I don't know. Just put my name up.
So what are you doing with all the rest of the money?
You know, you have to donate to have your name on the wall.
Yeah,
right?
so I donate. My name goes on the wall there. Put my name on an art
But
gallery.
you could build like a super hospital, though, man.
But so we would all live in like Mauryville?
No,
Everything
you'd
would
go-
have your name on it?
No, but if you like have a heart attack, you're going to go to the Sherman wing.
Go get a coffee at Moorbucks?
No. The gayest coffee in town.
I have thought of the best coffee shop name if I was to ever open one.
McMaury's?
No, He Brews.
No, it's got to have your name on it more. You want your name on everything.
Darn. Okay.
Yeah,
More-
no,
more
I'm not.
brews.
I'm not going to More Way Sandwiches to get a 6-inch meatball.
Oh my God.
That's being generous. Next DM. Actually, no, you know what?
Sorry, it would be the 3-inch meatball.
That's being generous. We actually out of time. Thanks so much
please.
for all of your DMs. We talk about them every day. Thanks, Maria.
I'll have the 3-inch meatball, please.
I can't.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. Things get weird in 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do the DM Deep Dive on the show every single day. This is the part of the show where we see what you are saying to us behind the scenes.
Hey, Maria, what do we got in the deep dive today?
Today, Farine is asking, what personality traits are you most proud of and least proud of?
You go first, Maria.
I think I'm most proud of my loyalty to the people that I love and how willing I am to just kind of be there for everybody and my kindness and energy. Least proud of, I would say that I can get pretty snappy if I get angry. Yeah. Yeah, that is my least proud.
Roz. What am I, a personality trait that I'm most proud of? I don't know. I'm not an easy guy to live with,
Or
right?
work with or
Everything
hang out
has to
with,
always be about
be
me.
friends with.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like I know
Shall
that.
I go on?
Yes, I know that. But I say what the people in my life, the very few people in my life get in return is a pretty solid person.
Of course.
Right? Like, I think I'm a pretty solid person.
Is that a good return on investment?
I think my values are pretty good, right? I think that if you come to me with a problem, I'm pretty good at helping you figure it out. So for all the annoying things that come with having me in your life, I think that the payoff, I think the trade-off is fairly decent, right?
Well, I think, a lot of people, what they say about you, Roz, is like, you are who you are. Like, you get what you get. With
Yes.
Roz.
You're consistent.
And you
Yeah.
are 100% real. You say what's on your mind. You don't care about what anyone else thinks.
I don't.
Right? And I think that's why, especially the fans of this show gravitate towards you for things like advice for FML and to get your insight on certain things, right?
And I think that that's the root problem for a lot of people. I think that so much of what holds people back and so much of what makes you frustrated with yourself is that it's all, you're looking at yourself from the reflection of other people, right? You're so concerned with how other people see you.
Yeah.
And once you can kind of get past that, right, it's very freeing. And I know when you're young, it's difficult because you just have so much self-doubt and everything else. And you rely so heavily on what other people think about you. But I think that once you get past that and way past that, it's freeing, right?
Yeah.
Like you feel free, like you feel like
It's
a
sometimes
pirate.
easier said than done.
No, I agree. I agree with that. I agree that it's sometimes easier said than done.
I think the way to, you have to just understand that not everybody is going to be your cup of tea either. And I think that helps you get to that point.
No.
You know?
I'm a hot cup of tea.
Damn it, Maury, personality traits. What are you most proud of, most least proud of?
I think I'm proud of that I'm funny. I'm proud of my sense of humor. I'm proud of being very caring. What I'm least favorite about is that I worry what other people think of me.
That makes sense.
For myself, I'm probably least proud of I'm pretty stubborn. Maybe it's just the Taurus in me, if you believe in that kind of stuff.
Ooh.
I'm pretty stubborn, pretty hard-headed in that sense. But I also, the thing that I'm most proud of is that I'm a pretty positive person. Like, I think I don't, like, bring a room down. I like to think I uplift it with just being positive.
I agree.
Yeah, so I would say
I agree with that.
Beautiful. All right, next DM, please, Maria.
Peter says, what do you daydream about?
Oh, let's go to our resident daydreamer, Roz.
I'm really good at, like, I don't daydream about like specific things. I have the ability to just shut down and like think of nothing, right? Like when I am in the middle of doing nothing, I can sit and think about nothing. I'll just stand up. Like I was the other night, I walked over to the back door and just looked at the backyard, which isn't that big. There's not much going on. And I just lost it. I just zoned out.
But what were you looking at?
I was just staring at nothing, right? I think maybe something caught my eye to begin with. And I have the ability to just vanish, to just like go somewhere. And I stood there for probably 15 minutes.
What? What like got you out of that headspace?
Yeah, Catherine came in. Right? Yeah, Catherine came in. But I was so happy. I was just happy. It's like a meditation almost, right? I just have this ability to just clear and just stare at something. I prefer to stare out a window, but I can stare at the wall and just do the same thing where I just stare. I can sit and kill. I could kill 45 minutes, no problem, just sitting on the couch staring at the wall.
Damon Mori, what do you daydream about?
I daydream about...
Also boobs.
All right.
Sorry.
At least it's being real.
Not boobs. I don't know, it changes all the time. Like I could be daydreaming about the home and how I wish I could change certain things about like renovations or things that I would change about the home. I daydream about what life could be like. Like it's... and boobs.
You mean what life could be like without Matthew?
Yeah.
No. Like, you know, or I'll daydream about the past.
Do you ever just daydream about how great life is presently instead of just wanting to change everything?
Never.
Yeah, everything in your life is just change, huh? All right, Maria?
I don't know. Like, it changes, I guess. Like, sometimes I'll daydream about, like, going on vacation.
Yeah.
Or, like, I'll think of things that, like, have reminded me of, like, memories, and then I'll, like, go down, like, a whole memory lane.
Yeah.
Do you, Maria, because you live at home, do you ever sit and dream of, like, what your place will look like?
Oh, all the time.
Do you know what I mean? You have that sort of thing.
Yeah, because it's, like, on my mind, and, like, it's, like, a plan that I have for right now, is that, like, all the time when I'm, like, doing things, or if I'm home alone, I'm like, oh, this is what it would be like with Romeo in the house, or whatever, and just, like, doing stuff like that, and we'll see what future holds.
Same, because I used to think about that stuff all the time,
Yeah,
too.
I do.
Yeah.
We got time for one more DM, please.
Jerome says, if you could have eyes in the back of your head, would you?
Ew, gross. No.
How would you brush your hair? That would hurt.
Yeah.
But do you also have the eyes in the front?
Yes.
Yes. So you would have to, like, lift your hair.
No, I'm not doing it. Then you'd have to cut your hairs to make room for the eyes.
You could have bangs on both sides.
But then you can see what's happening behind you.
No, that's so stupid.
Mocha's back eyes. Mocha's back eyes would be stuffed in a hat all the time.
Totally. I know, but like even, I think about like if you're working out, right? And you get so sweaty, if you get sweaty and then you get sweat in your eye, you got to wipe the sweat out of the back of your head too?
Yes.
No,
would you have eyebrows back there? Because they're key. They're key for keeping things, sweat, stuff like that out of the eyes.
I guess. Well, because you already have hair on the back of your head. So imagine like right now, all you would have to do is just like move the hair out of the way for them to see. I guess. They'd be like, you have to reveal them.
Like
hidden
eyes.
eyes.
Oh,
right.
But they'd be covered.
And knowing me, right? Knowing me, like my front eyes are fine, right? My vision's not, but my front eyes are fine. Knowing me on the back of my head, like one of them would be crooked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like stuck in.
Well, what happens if like the eyes on the back of your head, like your vision's not 20/20 when you need glasses?
But not even that. Imagine if like someone puts their like hand behind your head and they poke your eye.
Oh, yeah.
Watching a movie in a theater would be the worst. I don't want to look at the person behind me and process what's going on stage.
Damn, Jerome.
You might be able to discover some real things in that movie theater.
Question right there. Anyway,
head.
all the DMs that you send in to any of the KISS social accounts, Maria gets them and brings them to the show, and we talk about them. Thank you very much for that today, Maria.
You got it.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
KISS925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.